Well, first things first, Alex. How's the nose?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah. Got there in the end. I think they said there was could have been a slight break, but yeah, thankfully I got away with it. And yeah, I'll be fine for the weekend, which is good.
Yeah, and actually not so much that, but the way that you withstood the physical nature of the championship. The first time you've had a prolonged experience to men's football, are you not surprised? But I guess you must be pretty happy with the way that you've gone, just dealing with that side of it.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. Obviously, I didn't expect at the start of the season to play as many games I have. I was just saying earlier I would have been happy with 10 games to play. I think I played 36 or something this season. So yeah, like you said, the physicality of the league's very tough. I experienced it a bit when I was 16 at Guernsey, but yeah, it's a whole different level in the championship. But yeah, I think I've done pretty well. I like to think I use my body quite well, and I'm quite mature like that. So I understand when I need to win a foul, buy a foul. So yeah, it's definitely helped playing a lot of games this season.
Yeah, and in a one-off game, any particular match can be physical, but actually just the accumulation of playing, especially the second half of the season when it's been Saturday, Tuesday, have there been moments in that where you have found that sort of the relentlessness has been quite tough?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is very difficult. Like you said, the Saturday, Tuesday games for a period, we had them every week. It was Saturday, Tuesday. So I think it's all about in your mind and your mindset to be wanting to play. And obviously, we've got the great facilities here, so we can recover well. And yeah, they put everything in place for us to be ready for the next game.
And that mindset, I think, is a lot of what's impressed the fans with your performances, to get sort of thrown in at the deep end and to really swim rather than sink. Is that something that's always been a big part of your game, just that ability to deal with the situation as it comes around?
I think so, yeah. Again, I experienced that at Guernsey. I sort of got thrown in straight away as soon as I turned 16 and sort of never really came out of the side when I got in there. So yeah, like this, at the start of this season, again, I was sort of thrown. I think I played the second half against Aston Villa, and then it was the first game the week after and I started. So I definitely weren't expecting it, especially going through pre-season. It was never in my mind that I was going to be starting so many games. But yeah, I was just grateful to the staff and the manager here who's given me a great opportunity.
And will you give yourself a little bit of time to just sort of take stock before the Euros this summer? Is that something you're planning on doing once the season ends in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think I'll probably get a week maybe just to relax, but then it'll be about building my fitness up, and obviously I'll be keeping my fitness to be as ready as I can for the Euro. So I probably won't get much of a break this summer, but it doesn't really bother me because hopefully if I get a call up for England, I'll be playing for my country. So that's going to be a proud moment for me if I do get picked.
Well, and that's it, isn't it? To play at a European competition, albeit not as big as a Euros in terms of the length of it all and the number of matches you play, but these are the kind of things you'd be dreaming about when you go to bed as a young lad.
Exactly, yes. Like any young lad wants to be in the position I am at the moment. So yeah, I'm just grateful for all the opportunities, and like you said, playing for your country, it's always a proud moment, whether it be a friendly or a qualifying game. I was always proud to wear the England shirt. So yeah, it would just be that one step further to play at a major tournament for England. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and obviously you'll play with a lot of the lads if you get there. That of the last year or so. With that, is it an easy sort of dressing room to fit into when you're all coming from your different backgrounds and different upbringings and the rest of it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's a good thing about our team at England. There's no one who, they're not too big time because they're playing at bigger clubs, maybe Man City's, Chelsea's. They don't hold that against you that you're playing for a championship team, because obviously that's an achievement in itself. But yeah, I think it's a very good dressing room. And yeah, I'm happy to be there, and I get along with all the lads, and yeah, they've been really good. I think most of them have been playing for England at younger age groups, so to welcome me into the team how they did, yeah, I was really, really happy for that. And yeah, I'm just excited for the tournament now, and hopefully we can win it.
Yeah, and like you say, a lot of them do play for the sort of big clubs, but probably they'll be playing for the under-23s a little bit, but they haven't got 30 odd games in the other championships. So your experience will be very different from a lot of theirs. Yeah,
exactly. I think there's almost a bit of respect there because everyone's got a different pathway. They've probably been through the whole academy. Now they're trying to break into the first team there, whereas me, I've had a up and down sort of road, and now I'm playing games in the championship. So yeah, I think there's definitely respect between all the players there, which is good.
And do you think the way you've come through, which is not as easy perhaps as some of those, but not that tough, do you think that's I was going to say hardened, but I'm not sure that's the right word. It's just something that is giving you that resilience to say you have a knockback, it doesn't matter, you can keep on going.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I got released from teams when I was younger, and I think that definitely put me in good stead to where I am today. I think it was tough for maybe a few years when I was 14, 15. That's when I was just sort of playing local football. And in my head, I thought I could possibly get a chance to play again at an academy, but it was almost being from Guernsey, it sort of slips away from you as you're getting older. Thankfully, when I turned 16, I did get the chance, but yeah, I think getting released when I was younger, it definitely helped me to get where I am today.
Well, it's certainly not turned to you in the long run, has it? And I'm sure you'll be seeing some of the reports written about you and where you might end up and all these different kind of things. Is that water for ducks bad? Do you read them? How do you approach that side of things?
No, I don't read any media like that. I get told to. Well, you get taught that as a young boy coming through, especially here in the academy and stuff. You get told not to get too high at the highs and then don't get too low. So if I have a good game or a bad game, I know in myself, and my family will tell me, my dad will tell me if he doesn't think I've had a good game. So yeah, I like to just keep it within myself. I don't read anything. So yeah, I think that's a good way to keep it so I don't get too high or low.
Yeah, and as you sort of look ahead and try and map your sort of career out a little bit, albeit you've got plenty of years to worry about with that, is the experience of playing week in, week out for a team like Bristol City, is that something that you think will benefit you more in the long term than maybe going to a bigger club and sitting on a bench somewhere?
Yeah, 100%. The opportunities I'm getting now with the gaffer here and what he's done for me this season, yeah, I'm very grateful to it. And obviously, like you said, moving to a Premier League team now or a bigger team now, you're only going to be maybe playing 23s or sat on the bench there. So I think playing week in, week out here at the moment is definitely benefiting me to obviously in the future I can maybe push on, play for Premier League. Hopefully it is with Bristol City. But yeah, playing week in, week out at the moment is definitely the best thing for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we can see the development you've shown this season. So another couple of opportunities this season to do that, and to finish off at home in a season where there've been some up and downs at Ashton Gate. How big a deal would it be to send the fans home with a real positive memory on Saturday? Yeah,
massive. Obviously, not just for ourselves to put us in a bit of good form going into next season, because I think that's very important. But obviously, like you said, the fans, they've been brilliant all season, home and away. And yeah, we're very grateful for them. Obviously, we've not probably made it easy for them to watch at times, but we do try our best, and obviously we're very, very happy that they come and support us each week, and yeah, we can't thank them enough, and hopefully we give it a good send-off on Saturday.
That's great. Thank you, Alex. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How big has this season been for you as a learning curve? Not particularly in the amount of minutes you've played, but kind of in the positions you've played and how you deal with the form when the team's form's not going so well.
Yeah, it's been tough at times, but also very beneficial for me. Obviously playing a number of different positions at the moment, playing at Wingback, which I've never done in my short career so far, even growing up as a kid. But yeah, the coaches and the staff here are very good with me. They understand that I can probably play a number of positions, and whether I have a bad game or not, I think there's still the element of trust that they can put into me to do a job. They know what I'm good at, so obviously playing at wing back, they want me to be more direct and going forward. I think at times, maybe recently, I felt myself that I've been more as a defensive wing back, which is obviously not what they want me to be. They want me to be on the front foot and attacking, but as games go on, I'm only going to learn, and it's benefiting me at the moment because I'm learning a number of different positions, so it's only going to help me in my career.
I was listening to your interview, I think, with Ed a couple of weeks ago, and you were saying how you're disappointed in your own form, which kind of goes a reflection about how well you've performed throughout the season, really. Is that to do with the amount of minutes that you've played? And Pearson was mentioning just before that young players like yourself can suffer burnout when they play so much football this season.
Yeah, possibly. I could think that, but I set high standards for myself, whether it be in training or in games, and I said that I wasn't happy with my recent performances. I think I haven't played awful, I haven't played bad at all, but I think because I set high standards for myself, I can always improve and do better. I think there's a lot more to come, and there's a lot more that the fans and the club haven't seen from me, but I'm just excited really, and I really want to kick on next season and try and improve myself.
Do you have ambitions in the game of where you want to go? So the flow of your potential is a bit of a glass ceiling, really. But is there one thing in particular that you would really like to achieve? I imagine those can change throughout the career, the more experience you get and the more the achievements that you get throughout your career. But in this moment in time, is there something that sticks out for you?
I think at the moment, the way it's going, my dream would definitely be to play for England, especially seeing it now playing in the younger age groups. You're almost taught, and then you see like the first team players sometimes when you're there, and then it is a big dream for me to play for England. But yeah, like you said, as you progress, I think maybe at the start of the season, it would have just been to be playing as many games as I can for Bristol City. And now for the next season, I want to start every game, be the first name on the team sheet. So yeah, that would be my main objective for next season. And obviously, for the rest of my career, it would definitely be to play for England one day.
Is there a player that you particularly pride yourself on or looked up to growing up?
Growing up, I mean, only really recently I've started to like compare myself to players. I think when I was growing up, I just liked Messi, obviously, when I was a kid, because he was just on fire at the time when I was younger. Neymar's probably my best player, my favourite player of all time. So yeah, the players that show off during the games and do skills and stuff, I think when you're growing up, that's what you want to enjoy, and then you take that into your training sessions as kids. But I think obviously now I'm a bit more grown up. It's more the players like Mason Mount, Phil Foden, who are like English lads who are doing it in the Premier League week in, week out and impressing there. So these are probably the players that I enjoy watching in a minute.
Yeah, you never know, you might be playing alongside them one day for England. I mean, the kind of speculation over your future is kind of impossible to ignore and fully justified. I mean, how do you deal with that at the age of 18?
I just try to ignore it, really. I don't... Obviously, it's there. You can hear the noise. I know the noise is there, but I just try and get on with my football. We've still got 2 games left to play, so I just want to finish the season strong, and yeah, put myself in the best position, ready for the Euros in the summer if I get picked. So yeah, like you said, I try my best to ignore it. I don't read anything on social media, so I think that's the best way to keep it.
Has there been talks over extending your contract? I know you've still got time left on it, and I think another 3 years at all, but has there been talks over extending it at all following the season that you've had?
There hasn't been yet, no, but obviously I've signed two deals here so far, and obviously I signed 4-year contract at the start of the season. So yeah, we'll just see how that goes. I've still got 3 more years here, so yeah, I'm very comfortable at Bristol City at the moment.
One last question for me. I wanted to ask you about your close mate from Guernsey, Ben Aisley, who's coming to Bristol City in the summer. What kind of a player can Bristol City signing with him?
I think very similar to me, I'd say. Growing up, we would always play in midfield together. I think he's probably a bit more of a defensive-minded box-to-box, I'd say, whereas I'm more attacking. That's how it used to be when we were younger. He'd almost do the dirty work, and then I'd go and be free and attack. But yeah, a very talented player, and he's had a great season for Guernsey, scoring a few goals. So yeah, I'm excited for him to come to Bristol, and I'll look after him here.
I saw one of his goals that he scored on Twitter a few weeks ago, absolutely worldy. If they can get that potential out of him at Bristol City, then yeah, they're on for a good signing in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers, Alex.
Thank you.
Hi, Alex. Hope you're well.
Hi, okay.
Just on Guernsey. Well, yeah, I'm good, thank you. I hope you're well. And Guernsey is quite a small area as well, and it's quite something that you've come from there. Obviously, your friend will be joining you in the summer as well. What is it for a teenager to do on Guernsey? Do you find yourself just always focused on football because it's isolated from England, and that's why you likes of yourself and your friends play first team football for Guernsey?
Yeah, I think in Guernsey, there's not a lot to do in Guernsey really growing up as a young boy, so most of the time you are playing football. That's all I was doing growing up as a young lad. It'd either be training or kicking about at school, lunchtime, or when you get home, it's always been football. But obviously there is other nice things you can do there. Like in the summer, it's lovely to be there because of the nice beaches, but then again, you're playing football on the beach anyway. So yeah, I think there's a lot of kids in Guernsey, and there's definitely a lot of potential out there, but it's about them getting the chance to show what they can do over in England, and I think Bristol City's been a great opportunity for so many players.
And then just in regards to playing as a wing-back and playing as a centre, you said you never played wing-back. So what do you think the qualities that you showed to Nigel Pearson and the staff made him try and convert you into a wing back as well? Because obviously versatility is key, but do you think there was any qualities that helped shape you into a wing back?
I think maybe the way our wing backs want to be playing, well, they want us to be playing is on the front foot and very attack minded, and obviously I'd label myself as an attacking player who likes to get on the ball and beat players. So obviously, I think that was probably one of the main things. And like you said, the versatility is very important. So I think the gaffer must have seen in midfield I could probably do a job defensively and attacking as well. So it's important to be able to do both roles. And I think just having a good game understanding, I feel like I've developed that quite well over these past few years. And throughout the season as well, I've definitely improved on that. So these are probably the main qualities that he looked at to put me at wing back.
Yeah, because of course versatility is key as well, but sometimes players get lost in being so versatile. For a player of your ability, I can't see you being lost. But do you see yourself in 10 years' time as a wing back, or do you want to be like your idols, like Foden or Mason Mount?
I think maybe in 10 years now I'd love to be playing midfield week in, week out at a team, but obviously as long as I'm playing, I'm going to be happy. So whether that be at wing back, on the wing, up front, midfield, I'm not really bothered where I play. Obviously midfield is where I've played growing up, so that's where I'm more comfortable. So I'm more happy playing midfield, whether that be as a sitter or a box to box or a 10. I'm not really bothered, but I've said before, wing back, I'm really not bothered about playing there. As long as I'm in the team and doing all I can, then I'm just happy to be in the squad.
And there's a lot of young players in the squad, and every time that they've spoken to us, they've said that someone like Matty James or Andy King or Joe Williams has been really influential in their careers. They've been the experience side. Is there one player out of those names, or perhaps someone that's given you the advice or been a really good mentor to you this season, your first season in the Championship?
I think in different ways. Obviously, Andy Vyman was massive for me at the start. Obviously, just bringing me into training every day, we built up quite a good connection. Obviously, we're very close off the pitch, and I think that shows on the pitch as well. And then obviously the midfield players as well, Andy King and Matty James have both been brilliant with me as well on the pitch and off the pitch. I think Kingy's a great example for anyone, especially the young lads at the club. We know we can speak to any of the senior pros here. Obviously Bent's the captain as well. He's massive for us. So I think it's important to have these senior players who almost just teach us the trade, and help us in training. Say we're having a tough game or a tough training session, they can dig us out and help us. So we're very grateful as young lads to have such good senior pros here that help us out.
Thank you, Alex. All the best on Saturday. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.